Alright, hey everyone. So I would just like to start off by saying this background is not mine. You'll see this picture sort of again later in the presentation. But this is actually, just drew that on top of this background because it felt very fitting. One of my friends actually told me that it looks like I did this. Alright, so quick thing about me, in case you don't know me, I'm actually an RPI alum. I went here, graduated 2 years ago. I'm a community manager in the games industry. I also draw things. I've done stuff for like game drums and 4 fans, 5 fans. I've played Neopets for too much of my life. I actually got back into it as a result of working on this presentation. And I've never run a panel before, so this is going to be fun. These are my pets. I felt this was very important to include in my presentation. I love all of them. I only actually made 2 of these. The other 2 I adopted. Alright, so in case you have no idea what Neopets is, as a quick run through, it's a children's game site where you own and raise pets. They cannot die, even in combat. Wow, that was way too loud. They cannot die, even in combat. And it's still overwhelmingly in Flash for some reason, which is crazy because Chrome has a heart attack every time I try to play Neopets now. The economy's pretty bad, but the newspaper's pretty good. Alright, so the beginning. So these 2 people are the founders. Now, to start off, if you notice, I have these prizes up here. I have a few questions where if you get them right, I will give you a free thing. They were originally supposed to be Neopets cards, but there was a problem with the people who delivered them, and either like it just never got delivered properly or someone stole the package. But I went to Five Below and I got some things like a keychain that has a pineapple smiling on it, or a Tom Nook amiibo, because they sell those at Five Below apparently. Stickers of cats that look like sushi. This is really cute and they're holographic. This, you probably can't see it unless you're up front, but this thing where you squeeze it, the mouth kind of opens. It's like a dinosaur keychain. And then my favorite, these edgy gamer pins, which say things like, I paused my game to be here. Gamers never die, they respawn. Trust me, I'm a gamer. So, now that I've introduced my little stash of prizes over here, does anyone know the name of either or both of these people, the founders of the site? I don't care if you Google it, it's all good. Yeah, what's up?
I think one of them's a Tom.
Not Tom, but... Yeah. Yeah, you got that.
Can I get any prize?
Yeah, you get your prize. The other one's Donna Williams, so Adam on the left and Donna on the right. I'll let you pick your prize first, real quick, because I'm very interested to see what you take. Awesome. A good choice. So the Tom Nook amiibo has been taken, but there's still these lovely little prizes over here. So Adam and Donna were high school sweethearts who made the site back in 1997 in Wales when they were in college. Adam did all the coding, and then Donna did the web design and the art, except there's one problem. Donna has no idea how to do art, like she fully admits that. So that's why the art kind of had that very specific sort of like quirky style when the site first started. And contrary to popular belief, so a lot of people think that the site was made to entertain more college students who couldn't have a pet, but actually Neopets was just kind of, they made it for fun. They were like, they did whatever they wanted to do, and they didn't make it with a set demographic in mind. And together they formally launched the site on November 15th, 1999, which is what we call year 1. So here's another one. Who wants to guess the number of pets that were available at launch? More than that.
8.
More.
Wasn't there 10?
More than that. Trust me, I had to get help from people on Discord. Yeah. I think I saw your hand up.
I want to say
Less than that.
40.
A little bit more. We're getting close. Getting close.
16.
Getting close.
17.
Nope. Yeah. Yep, that's exactly it. So there are 19 pets available at launch. While you get your prize, I'll list them off. So the Aisha, the Kiko, the Chia. Thank God, I'm so glad someone took those. The edgy gamer pigs have been taken, everybody. So there were 19 pets. The Aisha, the Kiko, the Chia, the Korvac, the Erie, which was originally named the Serpal, the Kiri, which was originally named the Fuzzio, the Jub Jub, which was originally named the Jib Jib, the Lenny, the Kachik, which was originally named the Badik, the Nemo, the Scorchio, the Cow, which was originally named Macy Gray, the Steve, the Bruce, I'll get into him later, Mellish, which was originally a caricature of Adam's friend, but then they changed that to the Mincy, which is like a monkey, the Usul, the Waki, the Tuscanini, and the Uni. Alright, so now we're in year 2. Which is technically the first year of the site. That's not confusing at all. So lots of pets were added. Some pets were also changed as well. So stuff like, we have to talk about Scientology first, I almost forgot about that. So here we go. So, anyone know this guy's name? You probably have seen some articles about it. They kind of surfaced in the last year. About how Neopets was originally run by Scientologists. Does anyone happen to know what this guy's name is? It's close enough. I also don't hear Google this, it's all for fun. I got these at the dollar store. This dude's name is Doug Doring. He found Neopets to be really fascinating in the early days of the site, so he ended up buying a majority of the site for an undisclosed amount of money. We have no idea how much it was just a ton of money. And this was like in January of year 2 of the site, so like this is just a few months into the site being launched. He was a big fan of this concept called immersive advertising. So if you play Neopets, you've probably seen this, especially if you were playing in the early days. So immersive advertising more or less is basically kind of incorporating product placement into the regular flow of the game. So kids recognize the product out of the game and they try to spend money on it, which is at least very borderline manipulative. It did receive a lot of positive press and success for the method though, and we'll talk about it again a little bit later. And the site's management style was also very like Scientology based at its core, although apparently Donna and Adam had no idea that there was any Scientology influence in running the site at all, because you have to keep in mind they were both like they were just getting out of college when they first made the site. But apparently Donna and Adam only noticed stuff like which straight line is the friendliest, like in interview questions and stuff. And Donna also mentioned in an AMA that there were some obscure celebrities going through the office, which Adam further elaborates includes Michael Jackson's wife and John Travolta's brother. So like that level of obscure. And apparently Doug did try to put Scientology principles on the site itself, but Donna and Adam like very quickly kind of shot that down. But Doug did make one big change, and it's actually one that I do agree with, and that includes no more IP theft. So remember how I said that we're going to talk about the Bruce in a little bit? We're going to talk about the Bruce now. Alright, so basically one of Doug's things was he wanted only original content on the site outside of like the advertising stuff, so like no IP theft. So this guy on the left, does anyone happen to know who this guy is?
I'm thinking Bruce, he's an actor.
It's a TV personality. Do you happen to know his last name? It's okay, he's British, so don't expect anyone to recognize him. So this guy's Bruce Forsyth. He's a British TV personality, and he was also originally one of the pets in the site. So this was the first version of the Bruce. There's a second version that's also like a caricature of Bruce Forsyth. And then shortly after that, they scrapped that design entirely and replaced him with a penguin, because penguins do not break any IP laws. And outside of the changes that Doug wanted to make, there were a lot of changes that the Neopets team or TNT made on their own. So one of them was adding a stock market. So if you know anything else about Neopets, Neopets is a very infamously bad economy. Now, the Neopets economy is pretty infamous for being a disaster, but did it always start out that way? Yes. Alright, so these are the early days of the Neopet stock market, which was introduced in here too. This guy on the right, that's Nigel. He's our boy. As you can see, on this presentation right here, announced on July 24th in year 2, launched exactly a month later, and crashes twice in the first 6 months. Twice. So we're off to a great start. So the first crash happened, not the first crash. October 18th, Nigel Machia over here decides to fund the stock market himself to save it, because that's clearly a very good idea. And then December 5th, we have the first crash. Who wants to guess how much the stocks fell by, like, a percentage? You're not going to believe this number.
76%.
It's more.
900%.
It's definitely less. It's like on a scale of 1 to 100.
85.
85 is more. More than 85. Less than that.
75?
Somebody raising 75. Close enough, 94. You're welcome to take something. Yeah, so we got the dinosaur, we got the stickers. Stickers just got taken, they're so cute. So glad someone took those. So we have the 2 keychains left. So the stocks fell by 94% during the first crash. So we're off to a very good start, clearly. And the second crash happens on December 31st, so we're ending the year off on a good foot. And on the topic of finances, the National Neopian Bank used to have loans in the first year of the site. But they were removed for being quote-unquote abused. Like, people were just like abusing them apparently on the site, so they kind of like got rid of it for game design reasons, I guess. And now we are at the first plot of the site. So Neopets does these things called site plots that kind of elaborate on the universe, like the in-game lore, and actually affects like physical parts of the map itself too. So we'll see that throughout the whole panel, like how they kind of incorporate that. So this is the only one I'm going to go super in depth with, just because it's the first one. But funny enough, when I tried to search for reference images of this plot, I ended up getting a lot of pictures of actual sloths. So as you can tell, only 2 of these are actually from Neopets. And it's not like I searched the name like of the plot itself, but I just got very cute photos instead. I know, it was so good. Alright, so plot TLDR. So Dr. Sloth shows up to abduct the Neopets and then turn them into mutants. And then he captures the space fairy who asks for Neopets. Presumed dead, but he gets another plot later on, so like he's not actually dead. And fun fact, actually, Adam Powell has said before that his favorite villain on the site is Dr. Sloth. But as a result of this plot, players can now adopt windows in the virtual pet space stations added to the map. So that's like a place you can actually still visit. And the site, some other facts about year 2 is that the site actually grew so unexpectedly quickly that they were constantly doing maintenance and upgrades to the servers in year 2. Like I looked through the entire site history, or not site history, the new features for that year specifically, and it seemed like there was one point where they said in the news, in all bold, good news, we fixed the site. So yeah, they ended the year with over 5 million accounts and 6 million Neopets created, which if you think about it, like considering this is the early 2000s on the internet, that's actually pretty good. Neopet Standard Time is also introduced. It's basically based on Pacific Standard Time, which brings us to our next thing. Headquarters relocates to Glendale. This was a result of Doug Doran buying the company. They were able to move the whole company up there and start hiring people in the United States. So that's also why Neopets Standard Time is based on PST. And they added features like guilds and the Neocam, which I'm going to show you a picture right here. So Neocam was basically just a way to stalk the employees of the company during the day. It would take random photos around the office and like upload them to the site. So you get stuff like this, like a guy sitting at his computer. There's one where like Adam's like standing in front of the camera with his eyes popping out of his head. It's like very entertaining, and I know a lot of people miss this feature. It unfortunately doesn't work anymore. Alright, and with that, Neopets started out as an overwhelming success, so let's see what happens in year 3. So we got Neopets, we got the Mirka, we got the Chumby, and we got the Faerie. We also had the Ursiper plot, so the Ursiper plot was actually, I know Donna has said before that she really enjoyed designing puzzles for this plot. So this introduces the Lost Desert as a world on the map, and it also kills off the guy in the middle there, who's the king of the Lost Desert until he dies. So the whole premise of this plot was kind of like a murder mystery, where you had to figure out like what everybody at this dinner was doing, and then who killed the king. Yeah, it's actually a pretty interesting kind of concept. So I think it was actually the second one over on the right, the Aisha over there. I think she was the one who ended up killing him. And we also have war in Neopets. So the Tyranian invasion plot, which introduces Chombi and Tyrania. The Chombi and Tyrania. And it's the first plot to use the battle dome as like a mechanic for completing plots. This is something we see a lot in like the later plots, is that they'll have some kind of like fighting element to it. But this one was just war. We also have 2 more lands that were added. So we got Fairyland on the left, and we got Croc Island on the right. I made sure to get the original photos of this, because they do change the art up a bit later for some of the parts of the site. I also got Neopets merch, so we got these really cute plushies and stuff that are being sold in stores. Later on, they would also do Limited 2 kind of collaborations. I remember I used to go to Limited 2 and like Barnes & Noble to get Neopets plushes, and it was great. And it wouldn't be another year on Neopets without another financial disaster. There's another crash in June and another in November. So, yeah, we're pretty good. I think this is the last crash I talked about for a while, though, but we're off to a good start. Now we're at year 4. So we got more pets. So we got the Drake, we got the Tony, we got the Ixie, and we got the Croc. And there's more war, in case you haven't had enough the first time. So this time it's Meridol, kind of like a medieval sort of land, fighting against the forces of the evil war Darrigan. So Darrigan ends up winning. We'll talk about this again later, though. And then rumors of some place called Jellyland start to appear, but as we all know, Jellyland just doesn't exist. In this year's finance report, so inflation causes lower cost items to spike in price. You can actually still see, like they list the inflation underneath the shopkeepers in each shop in Neopets too. It's like 2.3 right now or something like that. Then they also introduced this guy called the Tax Beast, who they actually, I don't believe they add him as a random event until later. But when he's added as a random event, the Tax Beast kind of like takes tax from you. I don't know what else to tell you. Year 5. No new pets this year, but we have 2 new lands. So we've got Rue Island and Kiko Lake over here. There's also the first issue of the short-lived Neopets magazine released as well. So these are the covers from the magazine. And there's also a trading card game that was released, which, fun fact, was made in collaboration with Wizards of the Coast. I believe they published it. I don't remember their specific involvement, but it was distributed through them. And then there's an April Fool's Day. This is the only April Fool's Day joke I've read up. They have some really good ones from the site. This one kind of takes a very bright and totally radical view of the site. It also tries to get rid of the economy. So, as if the economy wasn't already bad, let's just get rid of it while we're at it. You can actually still go to this page too. If you look it up, you can find this page still on the Neopets site. Some other things. Pets can now have pets. They're like little parasites. They're also super expensive. Pets randomly turn blue when they're sad now. I don't think this is still a feature. I think they got rid of it a few years ago, but like, yeah, if you ever said it would just randomly turn blue sometimes. So goodbye to that expensive paint job you had. Darrigan tried and failed to destroy Neopia, like the entire planet. And Donna is crowned the root canal champion because apparently the story behind that is she had a root canal, and then Donna and some people, not Donna, Adam and some people on the site were being like nice and decided to give her a trophy like just for getting a root canal, which is really cute. And a glitch resets all user stats. Oops. Year 6. Happy birthday! It's Neopets' 5th birthday, everyone! Also got 2 more Neopets. Next one. There we go. Wait, hold on. It just skipped a bunch. Oh, right. I'm supposed to do this. So I got 2 new Neopets. There's also more in Meridel, in case you didn't have enough the first time. So this time it's to overthrow Lord Darrigan. And they succeeded in that, so he's out of there. Bye. Some other events, so we got the ice cream spot, which honestly I'm too lazy to cover in detail. We also have pet morphing potions that appear for a hot second and then they get rid of them because TNT deems them a quote-unquote mistake. And 10 million Neopets registered? That's like a really big number. Like, pretty impressive, honestly. Alright, year 7. This is a really big one. Viacom buys Neopets. Who wants to guess how much they bought it for? It's in the millions. I'll give you that.
5.
3 million.
More. It's a lot more.
3 million.
A lot more.
100 million.
A lot more. A little bit less. No. It's in the hundreds, I'll give you that. What did you say? Less, a little bit less.
170.
Oh wait, you said 160? That's it. So 160 million USD. That's how much Viacom buys the site for. And interestingly enough, if you don't know what Viacom is the same network that owns Nickelodeon. So they felt like it Neopets kind of fit in with their kid-friendly content, which honestly, like as I mentioned before, Adam and Donna would totally disagree with that because they did not found the site with a specific demographic in mind. They kind of just like made whatever they thought was fun. So they were kind of a little bit disappointed in that direction that they chose. Oh, awesome. So you just have the pineapple keychain left. And they specifically very liked Doug Doran's marketing scheme, like the immersive advertising. So he and some other management stayed when the transition happened. And okay, so I didn't know about this until I was researching this panel, but there was apparently like there were the talks for a movie. It was supposed to be made through Warner Bros. Like a CG film, and the guy who created Jimmy Neutron was supposed to direct it. I don't know what happened to this. I could not find anywhere why this movie wasn't made. I'm really sad. And then we also have The Darkest Faerie released for the PS2. So this is a video game that they released. I haven't actually played it, but I always wanted to. I never had PS2 growing up.
It's surprisingly okay.
Surprisingly okay? Okay, I'll take that. I need to look it up. I think I saw that ProCD did a Let's Play of it, so I need to watch it. Alright, so some other events. So, mods can suspend accounts now, because I don't know why they didn't have that before. The Neopets toolbar is launched, but it's mostly just for shortcuts for people who have premium. The PetPat lab opens, but you can only really use it if you have the regular lab right now, so like, that's why you can get the pieces so cheap. There's also a plot that happens in the Lost Desert. And fun fact actually, so this picture on the left was made by an artist named Claire Hummel. She designed the Lutece twins in Bioshock Infinite. She's done a lot of like big things in video games, but she actually worked on the site for a while. She recently uploaded a lot of her art from the site to her portfolio. It's also good. Alright, also we got more pets. So we're gonna talk about the two on the left in a hot second. But so we got the Sweet Talk, we got the Ogre, and we got the Hissy. Year 8. So the Neopets map finally gets an upgrade. So this is kind of what you see now when you log into the site and you look at the world map. We also have two new pets. We got the Norbu and we got the Lutari. So the Lutari is a pain in the ass to get. You can't disown them, you can't transfer them. Your only options are a morphing potion, or if TNT decides to release them on the pet's birthday, it's really hard to get them. So that's fun. There are also lots of plots. So these plots lead to the discovery of Shenku and Neovia. And one of these plots is actually still playable, so it's the Altivar mini plot, if any of you have played the site and tried it. So it's really interesting, actually. They do a lot of stuff with, like, reading star charts and stuff. And, it's really interesting. I definitely recommend checking it out if you get the chance. Alright, year 9, here we go. So this is the year that Adam and Donna decided to part ways with the site. They cited a lack of control over business operations and also a lot of burnout from working on the site as well. So remember how I mentioned we're going to talk about this WeTalk at the Ogren again? So originally Donna said in a Reddit AMA that she accepted those out of spite, because that was like around the same time that they were like the last pets that she ended up accepting, like approving before she and Adam left. And she hated the designs and she hated the names, which is such a crime because this WeTalk's really cute. I don't know. And the site gets a really big makeover. So this is kind of what you see now when you log into Neopets. And there's also microtransactions now. So they added a customization system, and they also added this thing called the NC Mall, where you can buy like premium outfits and backgrounds and stuff. You can also buy, like, as of more recently, you can buy things like these fortune cookies, which give you like extra zaps in the library or extra Faerie quests per week. And with this comes the pets customization that I mentioned. This is my pet. I love her a lot. Generally, the fan base was very divisive over this big change to the site. And Neovision's added. So when I was actually, I'm actually on my second account now. My first account unfortunately got hacked and frozen, but on my first account, I did actually participate in this. It was really fun. So basically, it's like YouTube, but with content made by people who like play the game. So a lot of fan animations and stuff. They actually released their own like daily tier themed ones from like officially through Neopets. And it does go offline a few years later, unfortunately. And you can finally achieve your dreams of poking a meteor with a stick. You can actually, it's a daily, so this is really interesting actually. And by that I mean, sometimes when you poke the meteor, it just disappears. And it's like, oh, I guess I had to go somewhere. And it's just like, where did it go? Alright, year 10. So Pet Park opens. So this is a game where you can adopt and hang out with like pets and stuff. It's kind of like, from what I remember, it was kind of like an MMO sort of thing where you had a bunch of users kind of like in the same overworld and stuff walking around. You can kind of see it in the little video thumbnail down there. Unfortunately, it doesn't last more than a few years. Year 11. So there's a new world that's added to the map. This is called Lotara. It's added in the Atlas of the Ancients plot. There's actually, the plot itself is over, but there are still some like story-based things that you can do inside of the map, and it gives you things like access to this magma pool where you can actually paint your pets like magma color for free, which is pretty cool. Alright, Fairyland and Terra Mountain big makeovers. So they look kind of like this, except, hey, remember how Fairyland just got remodeled? Surprise, it's eating dirt right now, literally. So in the Fairies Ruin plot, Fairyland actually just crashes into the ground. So it kind of looks like this. Apparently the fairies were gonna use they're gonna use like quests to bring Fairyland back up to the sky, but hasn't happened yet, so I don't know when it's gonna happen. Alright, big memes. So this is probably the only like meme from Neopets that I can remember that came through Neopets. So in the Neopean Times one day, someone was asking how they picked the caption contest winners. So they were like, we don't pick at random, but we're going to do that right now for the sake of this editorial. And one of the ones from this picture on the right over here, the caption is, I'm going to read this to you now. Mr. Sniffy, I see you're wearing your fancy top. You are wearing yours too, Mr. Coconut. Speaking of coconut, where did you get that new flying hat of coconut? What coconut? Oh, that coconut near my hat. What? A coconut on my head. Boom. Ah, my hat. Good night, Mr. Coconut. The site went crazy over this. So yeah, guy on the left, Mr. Coconut. The Habitaria was also launched at this point, so this is apparently, we're going to talk about the Neopets economy again. This is apparently a super easy way to get Neo points. So yeah, of course the economy was not bad to begin with, bad enough to begin with. We're going to make it a little bit easier. I do think people actually like this feature though, from what I remember reading. Unfortunately, this feature doesn't last very long and it ends around year 16. Year 13. The site hits 1 trillion page views this year. Alright, so the fairies were frozen in stone during the fairies' ruin plot, and now they're unfrozen at the end of the plot. So fairy quests are able to resume, they're able to start rebuilding Fairyland. And quests are kind of given a new coat of paint, so they kind of have this like really nice illustrated Fairyland background, and then they got the fairy in front. They also had another fairy, Delina the Dark Fairy, so she kind of was a tie-in with the NC Mall, where her quests would give you exclusive NC Mall items if you completed them. I don't know if she's still on the site though, honestly, because I haven't seen her around in a while. And then, in case you have a ton of money, the Wheel of Extravagance is added for the Neopian 1%. So it costs 100k to spin this wheel once. It's not worth it in my opinion. When I was curious to see what people's experiences with this wheel were, so I was like looking online, and some people were like, I spend this wheel every day and I have not found the avatar yet. So, generally, it's just like, if you have the money, I guess you can try it, but personally, I'm not sure if it's really worth it. That's debatable. Yeah, what's up?
This was intended as a way to take money out of the economy because the Habitaria acted too much and threw it off so badly.
Oh, I didn't know this.
They used this in a couple other events to specifically pull money out of the economy.
Yeah, because I know they did that with some things. I didn't.
It didn't really work.
Yeah, I know they makes it so bad.
They specifically used this as a thing.
Yeah, you know what? I believe it. Oh yeah, that's a fun one. This one's still active. So Croc Island also gets destroyed by a giant squid, which is mostly just in lore reasons. They redesigned the entire map. So actually, you can still do some. There's a daily with activity with this squid where you can go up to him and try to curb his behavior, and then sometimes you get a free item out of it. It's called anchor management. Yeah, excuse me while I skip ahead a bit. So there's a lot of there's just like a long period of time where I mean for time's sake it wouldn't make sense to put it in, but also there wasn't too much going on in the years after that. So we're just gonna skip ahead to this year. So this is the year that Jumpstart buys the site. They buy Neopets from Viacom for an unknown amount of money. You don't know if it was a ton, you don't know if it was a little, but they want it. And they say they're really interested in expanding the mobile and optimizing the player experience. And they were supposedly interested in doing stuff like AR and VR, and I don't know if they're still doing that, but I'm kind of really down for that. I'd be so interested to see what they do with that. And unfortunately, this is the same year when beloved staff member and creative director Snarky leaves the site. It was apparently a very difficult decision. She was on the site for 12 years. And when she stepped down, she confirmed on Tumblr that she still wanted to play Neopets. And this comic over here was given to her on her last day at working on Neopets. Alright, year 17. So this is the year when the entire Neopets staff, not the entire staff, but most of the staff gets laid off. Nobody really knows why. It was a very sudden change. And this segues us into our next topic. You've probably heard about this too. There was a day when the Neoboards kind of just fell apart, I guess. So on June 29th, the profanity filter goes offline on Neoboards, and it's a weekend, so there's no moderators, and they just laid off their entire staff, so they have less people working on the site.
Oh god.
Yeah, right? So there's a lot of, I can't really show any stuff that came out of that, because a lot of it's not safe for work, and this is a kid-friendly panel. And BuzzFeed affectionately calls this day the day that Neopets dies. And TNT responded by taking the boards offline for a bit. They also tried to say that had nothing to do with their staff, but I'm not sure. Probably can't really hear that. There was like nobody working with Neoboards at that time. It also caused a lot of like negative sentiment and a lot of very entertaining press. All right, and then there's a new mobile game, Neopets. So actually, this is another easy way to get Neo points because you can get 50k a day out of this game. It's a match 3 game that they release, and it's okay, I played it a bit. Year 20. Alright, so this is the year when they announced that there's a new mobile game, Legends and Letters, that's going to be released. I think they announced it like near Comic Con or something. They did some like really big party. And the mobile version, there's a mobile version of the site that's also announced as well. So this was, they apparently have confirmed that it's supposed to be more of a complement, not like a replacement, not kind of like what, so it's kind of different than what like Club Penguin did, where it was sort of like, they remade the entire site in mobile and then shut down the web version. Like it's going to be kind of like in tandem between the two, which is pretty nice. Legends and Letters, which originally due in October. And now year 21, the present. So, Legends and Letters, what now? So this game's supposedly coming out on the 28th of this month. So like from what I've seen in the Neoboards, there is a Neoboard for this open right now. It came out 2 days ago, really? Oh, wow. I totally missed that. Because when I was researching this, it said it was coming out the 28th. Who knows, it was delayed twice. It was delayed twice, so I don't know. Interesting. Oh, I don't know this either.
Exactly what you guys are good at, failing, but
That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, from what I can tell though, I think it was in soft launch for a while. So what soft launch is basically they kind of release it in a bunch of countries and then before they release it globally. So, because they had like a Neoboard for it, people were talking about playing the game and some people were like, oh, it's only out in this country. And it's like, oh, okay, so I can't play it yet. So, it should be coming out the 28th, assuming nothing else goes wrong. And the mobile version of the site's apparently due this year too, which I haven't heard anything about that. You can actually, the front page of the site, hold on, let me go back for a hot second. So like, this like thing on the screenshot on the left, there's actually like, the first page of the site is mobile friendly, and then the rest of the site's not. So I don't know what they're doing about that. So hopefully we get the rest of the site. I would love a mobile version of Neopets, honestly. Alright, and now here we go. Final thoughts. So, like full disclosure, I did not do this to like trash on Neopets the whole time. It's just more a bizarre site history, which was like the most fascinating. I learned so much from looking into all of this. And you know, I still play the site. I actually got back into it. I ended up subscribing to premium this month because I had never done it before, and I realized I'm an adult with money and I can do that. Yeah, it's great. They actually added some pretty cool features, like once a year you're allowed to change a species of the species of one of your pets. So now I have a side bunny now, which is pretty cool. I always wanted one of those when I was a kid. Yeah, so like, I don't know. I still think there's definitely some hope left, and I'm hoping that the mobile version of the site helps revitalize things, and Legends and Letters does well. So I definitely like did not make this presentation on this site. I was just very fascinated by how bizarre the site history is. With that, anyone have any questions about Neopets? Yeah.
Are you familiar with Legends and Letters? Do you know how it's going to work?
There was a trailer that was released. It looks like a spelling kind of game.
Cool. My grandma loves bookworm.
Oh.
I think she'd like it. Maybe? Okay, I'll take a look at the trailer.
Oh my god.
What's your favorite game?
My favorite game? Oh my god. I always really like Cassie Bounce. It's really cute. I always use the donut fruit cheat code. Any other questions about Neopets? What's up?
Could you like, describe the current state of the economy in terms of how long it takes to be able to do anything?
It depends. There's definitely like a lot of guides online for making like 50K a day from playing games, and then again, you can play rule catchers to get 50K.
What is 50K in your price game?
Gets you started saving up for the really expensive stuff. There's still a lot of stuff, like really rare stuff that like costs like $1 million to several million Neo points and stuff. Like I'm trying to save up for a Faerie paintbrush, and that's taking me forever.
A month.
About a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think it's if you like keep up with it though. I'm like busy, so I don't usually keep up with it. Yeah, what's up?
Have you heard about the stamp community?
About what?
Stamp collector community?
Not stamp collecting though. I didn't really do that much. I was very involved in like the Neopet writers community when I was younger. There are some like boards of, or some recurring friends that I hung out in when I was younger.
Yeah.
They were all nice.
My mother and I are both into the stamp collecting aspect of Neopets.
Oh, nice.
Far more than me, but that research see the 100 million plus price range stuff.
Yeah.
So just 50K, nothing.
Yeah, really. It gets you started though.
It's kind of time.
It adds up, and you got to be surprised too. So if you play that for a whole month, you get 100K at the end of the month. Which is pretty nice. Anyone else have any questions about Neopets?
Where if you had like rough numbers, like number of users, like did a lot of people leave over the boards thing, or is it still getting bigger? Is it like peak?
I think it's kind of a lot more of a niche community now. It definitely seems like there's a lot of older people on there. It just kind of like trickled out because they haven't really done too much with the site. They have like some plots going on, like they have a tie-in plot with Legends and Letters going on right now. So like it's like a bit smaller, I would say, from what I've noticed, but there's still like an active community on there. Like our Neopets is a pretty active Discord too. Yeah, what's up? I definitely played Web Pizza's good. That was definitely one that I played a lot. Oh yeah, I've heard of Flight Racer. Yeah, I have friends who play that. I think I made an account once, but I didn't really get anywhere with it. But Flight Racing, like I love the dragon designs, they're so pretty.
Yeah.
No! Do your homework! Yeah, like, oh, sorry.
Did they ever do anything with Faerie Island? It was just
No.
No.
Not that I know of. It was kind of tied to like a specific mobile game, if you guys didn't know. So like it was kind of, you can only access it from this very antiquated mobile game that you can't access anymore. So it's just kind of on the map, and if you click on it, it just gives you fog.
Yeah.
Any other questions about Neopets? Yeah, what's up?
Contributing to the Faerie Island this last year, every year, these 2 years, there is themes stuff. All of that was last year was themes in Faerie Island.
Oh, interesting.
It's rumors that they're funding music with it.
They better. It's just been sitting there. Like, even when I was younger, I never had access to it, so I just kind of sat there like, I wonder when I get to go on this island. I think I saw someone else's hand up. What is that?
How do you play the card game and what do you think of it?
I never played the card game, I collected it. I didn't have friends who played it, so I couldn't play it with anybody. But I definitely like collected the cards, and they were all like really nice looking cards. They're somewhere in my house, I need to find them. I think I saw somebody over here with their hand up. No? Yeah, what's up? Yes, you can. My Neopets name is Litvac, Litvac. Be my friend. I'm not super active, but I've been trying to be more active on there since working on this. Any other questions? I think we got like 5 minutes. Yeah.
Have you ever spun the wheel of Monopoly?
Yes, I have. I just leave it running in the background. I do think like other things while I'm waiting. It takes like 2 to 3 hours to spin it, so I just kind of like leave it running. I prefer it to the Wheel of Extravagance, honestly. Any other questions? That Neopets. What is that? The giant omelets still exist. It actually had a bit of a makeover, so the omelet slices still look the same, but the actual omelet like illustration that they have on the page looks really nice. Because they did a whole makeover of Tyrania pretty recently, like a year or two ago or something like that. I forget. It does look good. What is it?
What's your favorite potty biscuit?
Probably the Faerie Spoon. I really liked that one. It was probably the one that I have the most memories of. It was fun. The comics looked great too. I definitely submitted fan fiction to the Neopean Times as a kid of that plot. So you can probably still find it under my old account. It's so bad. I'm not gonna tell you what my old account is. I was like 12. Wait, how long ago was Faerie Spoon? Let me look this up on my own presentation. So year 12, that was like 2013. Oh, so I was probably like, in the high school when I wrote that. Oh boy. Or probably halfway through high school, I think. Yeah, that was 2011. Yeah, that was 2011. Alright, got like 5 minutes. Because if we don't, I still have this one keychain. So, guess what Neopet I'm thinking of now, and you get a free keychain. Waluigi is not a Neopet. What? I'm Jigglypuff singing from a pop. Just species of pet. Nope. 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 What? Pidgey? Not thinking of that one, but those are fine. Nope. Nope. Forgot there's a lot of pets in this state. Huh? Yep. Pick your poison. Nope. Nope. Bruce? Nope. 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 Actually, fun story. Well, let you guys think about pets for a hot second. So, I made a friend make a Neopet once, and he, once he saw that, like, he was looking through all the pets, and once he got the cow, he started losing his mind. It was the funniest thing. Because he just started shouting, because it's just a cow named K-A-U. Alright, anyone else think of the pet that I was thinking of? Nope. Nope. I didn't expect this to take so long.
Jetson.
Nope. 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 Huh? Nope. 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 I can't believe no one's guessed this yet. It's cute. It's cute. I'll give you that. It's true. They are all cute. Nope. 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 You're still missing one. The what? Nope. I can't believe no one's guessed this yet. Oh my god.
You're gonna have to tell us.
Oh my god, you're doing it. Nope. Although, fun fact, apparently Cheetos were like one of Donna's favorites, and Adam had 4 asparagus Cheetos because he thought they were hilarious. Nope. Nope. How has no one guessed this yet? Oh my god. Huh? Nope. Nope, nope. Nope. Oh my god. No. I feel like I should just pick another pet at this point. You still. I feel like I should just pick another pet. So I was thinking of the weasel. expensive I think of? Yes. Who said Ixie? Who wants a free thing? Awesome. Thank you so much. Next time, if I have to do this panel again, I'm not going to pick Diesel. If I try to, guess what? Neopets will pick me up things. Alright, and with that, so just a quick special thanks to Jelly Neo and Neopets user Aren't I Pretty have a pretty comprehensive overview of the site's history. Jelly Neo especially, like they kind of summarize all the new events and everything, the new features. And Aren't I Pretty also goes in a bit, like they mentioned the layoffs and everything, so that was really cool. Discord user Fiona from the Neopets Discord helped me out with figuring out how many pets were at lunch. And also redirected me to neopetsarchaeology.tripod.com, which has a lot of old Neopets photos, like images and stuff, so that's definitely a really cool resource if you want to poke around it. The Neopets wiki also helped me out a little bit. And also my friend Taylor and Kay, because Taylor let me see on her Twitter, and Kay's recorded. And follow me on Twitter. You can also add me on Neopets also. So look back art on Twitter, follow me, where I mostly just talk about video games and cat photos. It's great. And that's about it, everyone. Thanks for coming.